From the campus of Arkansas State University, this is Centennial Reflections.
On to victory, breaking the second to none. Let's make this game history, along with the others in one. The red and white shall ever wave on high for ages through.
Welcome to Centennial Reflections, a look at Arkansas State University history from its beginnings as an agricultural school in 1909 to the multipurpose university that it is today. I'm Rich Carville, host for this series, and I'm pleased to have the Chancellor of Arkansas State University Jonesboro, Robert Potts, as our guest today.
Great to be here, Rich.
We've gone through 100 years, we've begun the second 100, but you arrived at a time when you were a part of the history of this campus because you were the first chancellor at Arkansas State University Jonesboro. How does it feel to be a part of history?
Well, I don't know that I should get any credit for that. Somebody introduced me the other day and said that I was the best chancellor that they'd ever had here, and I thought about that for a minute, and I guess they could say I'm the worst chancellor they've ever had too. So it's a great feeling to be part of this experiment as we grow into a system, and to work with the Board of Trustees and Dr. White and the faculty and staff here on this campus, and the chancellors and faculty and staffs on the other three campuses to help build a really strong, vibrant university system.
Well, the system obviously is an important element in the history of Arkansas State University, and the board has made that decision, and we've moved to that. But let's talk about the Jonesboro campus and about the students here. When I was a student back in the mid-60s, students were involved. It seems, gosh, we had some great SGA elections when I was on campus here. But it seems that the students have become more involved over the past few years. It's become a more student-centered campus.
I think there's been a movement over the last few years throughout higher education, or the last 50 years or so, to get more shared governance and to include not only the faculty, but also the staff and the students. And what you see here at ASU is a growth in involvement of the students in setting policy for the university campus. And you see that with their involvement on the shared governance oversight committee, on the various committees in shared governance and without, and particularly in the SGA and the whole student affairs division. Their decisions are very important, and I can give you a number of examples where they've weighed in to make suggestions that the administration and the Board of Trustees have adopted.
The Student Recreation Center.
That's a perfect example. It was very controversial. I could give you a lot of interesting stories about that, but it ended up that SGA voted about 25-2 or so to ask us to go forward with that, and saying we're willing to tax ourselves with a recreation center fee if you'll build us a state-of-the-art recreation center. And we looked at that, we talked about it, and we decided to go forward with it, and it's under construction. It's going to be a beautiful facility, and it's going to make our campus attractive to students from near and far, much more so than it's been before, because of these activities that they can do on campus that are not only fun to do, but they're great for long-term health.
Well, I know when I was a student, our access to something like that would have been through the PE building.
Right.
And of course we had to share that with classes, but this is going to be a facility that students will essentially have to themselves.
Yes,
it's a great addition.
It's going to be great, and I think those of us that get to use it as guests of the students will enjoy it also. So again, it's modernizing the campus to keep up with what the students want to do, but letting them have a significant role in making those decisions.
Another change that I've seen, of course, is in the type of housing that we offer students. We've gone from dormitories to housing that is more like apartment style living.
Well, I got to preside during the time of the implosion of the Twin Towers. And of course, Twin Towers are something that were built back in the 50s and 60s, where you had tiny little bedrooms and gang bathrooms and showers, and they became unattractive students and they aged. And so here you have on campus family housing, you have student apartments, you still have some traditional residence halls, but right now we've got probably 300 or 400 beds going in of new housing. And I think, again, that's in response to requests for our students. We have out of our approximately 12,000 students now, we'll have close to 3,000 living in student housing on the campus, and then many more in private housing around the campus, which makes for a wonderful university community and a sense of it's just not a suitcase college, so to speak.
One of the other changes in recent years has been the addition of more international students to the student population, and that's not a chance thing. Y'all have worked very hard on that.
That was one of the things I wanted to do. We're very fortunate to have selected Dr. Dan Howard, our Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs and Research, who had a great deal of experience in other places in building international program, to bring his expertise to help us ramp that up. But we're now over 400 students, international students, and they contribute significantly to the campus in many ways. And also, we're developing more connections with universities abroad and sending our faculty and students abroad. I just got back from China and visiting 2 universities there. And at one of those universities, we had a young woman, Raquel Torres from Bay, that was over there taking classes and having a great time, and had made a whole circle of friends in Shandong University of Finance. And I thought, what a wonderful thing. And now then we've got a delegation this very soon coming from another university in China here. So we have those exchanges going on, possibility of 3+1 and 2+2 degree programs with universities abroad. And then we have a great influx of international students to study on our campus, which is a very good thing for us and for the state of Arkansas.
We'll come back and talk about some more changes on the ASU campus in just a moment.